It's time for the absolutely... I'm on my way! Completely! I'm almost there! Random! Why are there so many stairs? Podcast! Oh, jeez! With Andrew Rhodes.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of the Absolutely Completely Random Podcast for Saturday, August 7th, 2021. I'm your host, Andrew Rhodes, as always, here at the Web Designer 18 YouTube channel, trying to put out the fires that seem to be popping up all over the place around here, including the more recent one of I might have to be changing my bank again. Why? I liked it when it was before it merged. Great. Anyway, what do I got to talk about this week? Well, believe it or not, World Trigger's getting a third season, which means I really got to catch up on season 2 now. Damn, I'm way off. I'm loving the fact that we're getting a third season, and thank you, God, but now I got to catch up on it because I fell off. Hey, do you have problems drawing certain body parts when it comes to drawing your favorite anime characters? You know, you kind of draw the female head, and then you kind of draw the hair, and then you get down to the torso, and all of a sudden you tense up tighter than, well, anybody. Your ass can cut steel with how tense you are. Well, Fairy Tail's Hiro Mashima shares boob drawing advice, and honestly, this is something I think everybody can actually benefit from, because even I have difficulty drawing that part of the human anatomy. Hell, I had a health teacher, well, actually I had a gym teacher that had a hard time saying certain body parts in mixed company. Nintendo, flexing their lawsuit muscle again, has won. They have forced the Japanese developer to cough up $30 million! Oh, wow, that's not good. The Activision Blizzard saga continues as their latest investor call was a ghoulish affair, and not in a good way. Are you looking forward to conventions returning? Well, here's what you can look forward to when anime conventions return. Do I plan to go to any of them? Hell no. Kyoto Animation. We should remember this. Believe it or not, this was like, it's been over 2 years. I did not realize it was that long already. But a new device has been created after the incident. Basically because of this. A new firefighting product has been developed, and honestly, I'm actually impressed by it. I'm not going to lie. And, of course, what type of podcast would this be if I wasn't talking about something interesting? So, Higurashi Anime Committee is going to be taking legal action against leaking spoilers. And it's just ironic, the picture that they have here in the article for this is literally the one character holding two cooking utensils. One's like a peeler. I can tell it's a peeler. And the other literally looks like a meat cleaver. Like some type of a knife that you would use for some type of, you know, cutting of food. And it's just terrifying. It's like, yeah, we mean business. Yeah, they could not have found a more terrifying picture than that. But all this and more this week on the Absolutely Completely Random Podcast. Before we get into this, you know the song and dance already, I'm sure. ARHOADS-2012 on eBay. I have a wide variety of stuff for sale. You know it. I say this every single week. Come check me out. Once again, that's ARHOADS-2012 on eBay. You can also go check out some of the other sellers on eBay. It's a worldwide flea market. You can get a lot of stuff on there. It's really cool. There's a lot of good stuff. Sometimes you can find really good deals on there you didn't think you could find. I mean, I scored a router on there, and the person blinked, and I snatched it up. When you do a best offer and they go lower than what your best offer was, hey, you grab it. But anyway, you can come check me out over there. Again, that's ARHOADS-2012 on eBay. While you're out on the information superhighway, also feel free to check me out over on Twitter. I can be found over there at Otaku Roads. That's the @ symbol. That's the one above the number 2 on your keyboard. Capital O TAKU, capital RHOADS, over on Twitter. You can also check out the official Web Designer 18 Facebook page. I try to post new stuff up I am a one-person, operation, so it does get a little slow and some stuff does slip through the cracks. Please bear with me and pardon my dust. But I do try to keep that up to date, so I can check that out over there. And if you're interested and you want to donate and help fund future stuff here on the channel, you can also consider buying me a cup of coffee over at Ko-fi. Well, okay, I don't drink coffee, but for the amount that you can actually pay, you can pretty much buy me a Dr. Pepper at that point. Let's just say that, because it's like the minimum amount you can charge is X amount, and I'm like, yeah, that's about enough for a 2-liter. That's literally about enough for a 2-liter. So, yeah, feel free to... Oh, then again, what's sad is that you can actually get coffee for about $5. But I think I have it like 3, and that's about enough for a 2-liter. But yeah, go check me out. You can find a link to the Ko-fi page in the About Me section here on the channel, to the Twitter page in the About Me section, and the Facebook page in the About section. So, yeah, go check that out. Swing by, say hi. Let me know on Twitter, by the way, if this video brought you there, because I'm kind of interested to see exactly how far my stuff reaches. But, yeah, let's get into this, shall we? It's going to be kind of fun. Alright, so now's the time when I go, how'd your week go, Andrew? Yeah, it went kind of well. So, Monday was dull as dirt, as usual. Tuesday was pretty much the same damn thing. Wednesday, yeah, here we go. This is gonna be fun. So, on Wednesday, I bought lunch with pocket change. Now, before somebody out there goes, oh my god, you're really that hard up, let me explain. I actually have a couple Ziploc baggies full of pocket change, so I counted it up, and I wanted to do this for a couple weeks because there's a sign out there. In fact, I wanted to do this the week before because there was a sign out there, we need change. And I had forgotten because I was running late for work, as I usually try leaving about 4 a.m. To go, so I could be at work by like 4:45 so that I'm all set for when my supervisor shows up at 5:05 to go in and start at 5. And I forgot. I went to grab some change to buy lunch, and I'm like, crap, I forgot. So I left myself a note for Wednesday. Don't forget change. And I stuck it right by my wallet so that when I picked my wallet up, I would see it, and I'm like, oh crap, that's right, I want to get change out. I want to go buy lunch with change today. I have never felt more loved than I did on Wednesday buying a sandwich and a bag of chips. I never felt more loved in my life than I did from those two cashiers at that convenience store when I'm counting out $8.34. Never did I feel more loved. And it was like, they were basically looking at me like I was Santa. Like, it was like I was Santa, and all of a sudden it's like, oh my god, Santa came. Santa brought us some presents. And I'm like, yeah, Santa brought you some presents. Damn straight. And I'm like, thinking to myself, I have never felt more loved in my life. Because it was funny because I'm paying in change, and the one's like really excited. And then the one at the other register just kind of looks over and goes, you're so lucky. You have any dimes? There's a big call for dimes. So I did it again on Friday, and I ended up getting the one store manager. And it was kind of funny, I threw him for a curveball because I also had a coupon to get a free half gallon of iced tea. And I'm counting out the change, and I don't think I really pissed off anybody behind me, but he had me move over them when I wanted to get a couple lottery tickets. He had me move over to count out the money for that, which was, I'm thinking to myself, yeah, that's fine. I don't mind that. I mean, I already paid for my lunch, so what do I care? He's just like, hey, look, he's giving us coins. I just don't want to hold up the line, but he's giving us coins. I'm not going to tell him no. We need him. I'm not going to tell him no. But yes, that was Wednesday and Friday. Those were like the two really good days. I never felt more loved than I did. Seriously, than I did those 2 days. Because, like, I'm counting out change, especially Wednesday. Oh my god, I felt like Santa. It was like, I came with the bag of goodies for all the little boys and girls. And here it's like, I'm passing out the goodies. And it's like, yay! It's like, I never felt more loved. I never felt more loved in my life than I did then. And I put that up on Twitter and Facebook, and I think my one friend was on Facebook was kind of like shocked at that, I think, by like, You're that broke that you're paying in coins? Well, yeah, technically I kind of am, because I didn't want to stop at the ATM and take any of my money out. But at the same time, no, because I did have a lot of pocket change piled up, because I have a little piggy bank, and I call him Barry the Bear. It's a bear I got at the Dollar Tree. It doubles as a piggy bank, because I got one from my friend, because they had a 2-for-1 deal going on that day. It was in the 50-cent bin. I didn't realize it either till I bought it. But it's like, oh yeah. So I got one for my buddy, and I'm thinking to myself, because at the time, him and his wife had just had a little girl. And I'm like, here, put some change in here for her. It's a little piggy bank. And I still have mine. I call him Barry the Bear. Of course, I do like the little lisp kind of cute way I call him. I call him Bailey the Bear. But still, he's Barry the Bear. And I lifted him up the one day, and I'm like, holy shit, Barry's got to go on a diet. So it's like, Barry just had to get a coin enema. He had to get the coins out of him. I don't mean to picture that, but he had to get the coins out of him. And I'm like, yeah, this works out pretty well. So I'm like, oh, I got enough here. And I had it sitting at the one spot, and I'm like, man, I really should get rid of some of this pocket change. And I wanted to take it that Wednesday, and I forgot. And then come this past Wednesday, I left myself a note so I would remember, and I'm like, okay, I'm not forgetting this time. And like I said, I actually stuck it in my wallet so that when I would turn it over, I'd see this piece of paper and go, okay, at like 4 o'clock in the morning, me would go, okay, what the hell did I put here? And I pull it out, and it goes, take change, buy lunch, stupid. I'm like, oh yeah, shit, that's right, I want to get lunch today. I want to pay lunch and change. And so I think that made them happy, it really did. So I was like, hey, I get rid of some of my coins at the same time, so I'm happy either way. But yeah, that was good. But then the only downside, though, that I have this week is I found out that because the bank that I go to recently, they're changing names, they're merging, becoming one bank, and I got an email saying, oh yeah, you can, the online experience has changed, please log in, which I took care of. And then it's like, okay. And then I'm looking at their thing about, well, come October 10th, accounts are going to be changing, titles. And I'm like, oh, son of a bitch. And yeah, here it's like, oh, there's going to be fees coming in now. And I'm like, oh, son of a bitch. And now I'm like backing myself into a corner and banging my head against the wall like, oh, for the love of God, you mean to tell me that I'm going to end up running the risk of, not having any money in my account or having an extra amount of money a month taken out in my pocket because they're going to be charging me a fee? Oh, great. So now I'm kind of fearing that I'm going to have to look for another bank again. Which really terrifies the shit out of me, because looking for this last one was a pain in the ass, and I did this way back. This would have been in 2016. I did this way back. I had to change banks because I didn't have a bank account for, I want to say, at least 3 months. Yeah, at least 3 months. I didn't have a bank. I didn't have a bank account. And I'm like, oh, this is going to be good. And I finally got it, and I was all happy. Now I might have to go through this whole process again. And I'm not looking forward to that. But yeah, so hopefully it's not as bad as I'm thinking. I'm going to get somebody to look this over for me, see if I'm misreading this somehow, and then contact them and find out what the hell's going on. But hopefully I'm not misreading this. Hopefully everything's just going to be fine. But yeah, I'm really not happy if I have to look around for another bank again, especially for when it's going to change, because that's going to be right about the time the freaking night shifts might be starting up. I don't know, and yeah, that's not going to make me feel good inside, but oh, this will be good. But either way, though, folks, yeah, that's been my week. So let's get into the podcast. This is going to be a good one. All right, so let's start off with the, what I'd like to call the funniest part here. Let's just start off with the good one first and then work our way down, shall we? So apparently, Higurashi Anime Committee is going to be taking legal action against leaking spoilers. Now, I'm not a fan when it comes to spoiling shit either. I mean, in all honesty, one of my I guess you want to call it stretch goals, if I ever get a time machine, is to literally go back to about the time when The Empire Strikes Back comes out and literally walk out of the theater, just blend in with the crowd, walk out and go, man, I can't believe that Darth Vader is Luke Skywalker's father, just to see how many people I piss off. I'm honestly curious how that one ripple would screw screw with the time stream. I really am. That is the one thing that I've always been kind of contemplating and curious about, how that one thing will screw with the time stream. Because I would just love to do it. I'd love to go back in time, right to when The Empire Strikes Back comes out, blend in with the crowd as I'm walking out of the theater, and just go, man, I cannot believe that Luke Skywalker, that Darth Vader is Luke Skywalker's father. Just to see these people freak the hell out that I ruined the movie for them. I'm just curious about that. I swear to God, I am curious how that would pan out. Or better yet, go back into the first one and go to the first one and go, man, I can't believe that Obi-Wan Kenobi dies. Or come out at the end of the, oh God, what was the last one? Return of the Jedi. And come out of that and go, man, I can't believe Luke and Leia are brother and sister. Just to see how that would screw that. But I definitely want to do it though with Darth Vader's Luke Skywalker's father. That's like a stretch goal if I'd ever get a time machine. That's like it's not priority on my list, but it's definitely up there, like within the top 4. But yeah, but when it comes to spoilers, I hate spoilers. I'm not a big fan of them, but when it comes to series like Higurashi, or however it's pronounced, it's best to go in as blind as possible. That's one of the key reasons the production committee behind the ongoing Higurashi anime, which continues in the form of Higurashi When They Cry, SOTSU, isn't keen on letting folks freely spoil some of the series' key moments. And like I said, the picture that they have here is just, honest to God, terrifying to me. It really is. It's like, you literally are looking at this like I'm going to be sliced and diced somehow. So to stop leaking information and, pretty much to put the fear of God into you. At least this picture does that for me. But stop the leaked information from being spread out. The committee is willing to take legal action against those who would spoil the Higurashi anime online. The folks behind the series are currently working with media sites to ban the accounts of anyone who has been releasing spoilers prior to the airing of the episodes in Japan. According to the committee, though, they're doing this for the fans who look forward to the story. With that in mind, they apologize to fans who have been affected by spoilers and confirm these leaks in no way came from them. Oh yeah, let's cover our ass too while we're at it. No, these did not come from us. We feel sorry for you. But by God, we will put an end to this. Yeah, they literally just put that right up on Twitter. But Funimation has been simulcasting this, the ongoing Higurashi anime. Here's how they describe this thing. So the new kid is, Kenshi Mibara, is settling into his new home of peaceful. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Hinamizawa Village, okay? Making quick friends with the girls from the school. Oh, of course, it's a harem anime, isn't it? It's an isekai. He's arrived in time for the big festival of the year, but something about this isolated town seems off, and his feelings of dread continue to grow with a gnawing fear that he's right. What dark secrets could this small community be hiding? There's probably a couple dozen corpses in a local river. There might be an underground sanctuary where they make offerings to, I don't know anything. Yeah, there's probably a huge amount of things that are wrong with this, but dear, it's just a picture that they have of it, though. If that doesn't scare the shit out of you, nothing does. I mean, it almost seems like they should have a picture like that on a thing for condoms, and that's we know what you want to do. Think carefully before you decide to put us back. I mean, that would probably outbeat the Sailor Moon condom. I still love that. Oh, I still love that. But yeah, this is gonna be oh god, this is gonna be good. This is good. But yeah, I'm not a fan of spoilers, so anything that can go up against that, try to stop them, I'm all for. And I don't think they're the only ones that have ever tried this. I know a couple other places have long since tried to hold back spoilers, threatening lawsuits. I think Pokemon attempted that, but they failed miserably. Because I remember like the leaks were going out that Pikachu would be evolving, and now granted they didn't technically specify that he will be evolving. They're saying he might be evolving, and that's what kind of led the fans to panic, myself included. And to their credit, I want to say this fairly, to their credit, they honestly did a good job of kind of baiting you into it while not telling you that he wouldn't be. So that's not really much of a spoiler, more as a bait and switch, but a lot of people were immediately taken by that and using like Raichu for like the next like episode thumbnail or something, like, Raichu's, new journey or something. I'm like, yeah, that was just like lighting fuel to the fire, but it wasn't really leaking at that point. That was just fan speculation. But like I said, stuff like that is what a lot of sites are trying to stop people from doing. It's like, you don't leak what's going to be happening. Don't leak the key moment. Like I literally said, don't spoil it. You have, like, I come out of a movie theater saying that Darth Vader is Luke Skywalker's father right as the damn movie premieres. Yeah, that's what you call spoiling the movie. Of course, like I said, I'd love to do that just to see the look on people's faces. I would pay good money to see that. That would be hilarious. Just walk out, blend in with the crowd, and go, man, I cannot believe that Darth Vader was Luke Skywalker's father. Just to see the look on their faces. Priceless. It's almost like that person that drove down that one road in Philly, or on the one expressway. I don't think it was in Philly, but it might have been. I saw it on the news where they, right after I think it was The Force Awakens came out, and they had down the big spoiler for the movie. Like, this is what happens in the movie! Boom! And they were like blocking it so that people wouldn't see it. And it's like, yeah, block it all you want. People can just Wikipedia that. Like, that's literally what I did the day it came out. Wikipedia, plot post is already out. Boom, I already knew what happened. So thank you. Han Solo dies. Yeah, kind of got it. Thank you. But yeah, no, that's definitely something on my bucket list to do. At least a stretch goal for time travel. Definitely a stretch goal for time travel for me. Alright, so here's the thing. Remember about 2 years ago, and yeah, actually it's been a little over 2 years. It's actually hard to believe this, too. I'm not joking. We had the deadly arson attack on Kyoto Animation. And I remember this. It was a Thursday morning. I remember getting up, I'm sitting at the computer, I'm going through Twitter, and I'm seeing it trending, and I'm like, oh my god. And I just basically, I basically fell out of the seat at that point. My heart just sank. This was a massive disaster. This showed, though, that the anime community, both fans and creators, they will come together like it is nothing. I mean, you light up the bat signal in the sky for this, and they will be there with bells on, and they proved it. More ways than one, they proved it. But it's hard to believe that it's been over 2 years since the deadly arson attack on Kyoto Animation, and now a Japanese manufacturer, though, has turned this tragedy into a way to prevent it from pretty much happening again, or at least attempting to prevent it from happening again. They've unveiled a new product inspired by the attack in order to prevent such tragedies in the future. Called the Quick Splasher, it's a sprayer that helps prevent gasoline from catching fire. Now, to be fair, according to the article here, it isn't aimed at extinguishing the fire entirely. It's centered on containment. It is designed to be used quickly. All of the chemical agent inside of it is, can be released within 2 seconds. It is a one-shot, buy yourself some time mode. That's it. It is literally designed to buy yourself some time. It is not to put it out. It is not to fully extinguish it. It is to buy yourself time. That is basically what it's for. Because if you remember this disaster, and this was horrible, by the way, they didn't have much of a chance. The gasoline just like lit up immediately. It did what vitamin G does very well, and it just lit up. There was stories that they were finding bodies in the staircase trying to get up to the second floor just to try to get above it, and they were just dropping in the stairway. It was horrifying. It was honestly horrifying, and nobody can ever... It is basically a moment that put a giant blight and a spot on anime in general for years to come. And we have, it's something that we're never going to forget. Let's just go with that one right off the bat. We're never going to forget it. And it's definitely something that, was going to be with us forever. I mean, I did a anime GBU, a special thing for that in their memory. There's a lot of people who did like special tributes to them. You had the stories from the neighboring communities, and remember that they have asked people, because they tore the building down now, it's gone, and it's like, please do not go to the neighborhood and, look for where the building was. We don't want this to be a tourist attraction, and very understandably. I mean, it's not like they're planning like luxury trips down to see the Titanic. No, that shit doesn't happen. But this product is designed to basically, from what I've understood from this, it is designed to buy time. This will buy you a couple, like maybe a few seconds to escape. I mean, the gasoline it'll probably like wick off, I would assume, or it combines with the gasoline to make it inert. But if it's, applied quickly, yeah, it's basically spray this, run like hell. And just get the hell out, because gasoline is still volatile. It is still volatile, no matter what. But this could definitely be something that not only could help over there, but could help everywhere. This could be something that could help in a lot of places. And to think that it would come from a tragedy like this, just truly shows the ingenuity of mankind. It really does. Humankind in itself is extremely ingenuitive at this point. But this is the brainchild of Ichi Toyama, Toyama, my apologies, the president of the Nippon Dry Chemical Company. It's based in Tokyo. He proposed developing the product following the Kyoto, the Koei-an arson attack. So here's hoping that this product can prevent similar tragedies in the future, because nobody should go through this again. This, like I said, this was a dark day in anime history. It's a moment that will forever be in anime history. No matter what, this will always be there. This is a fixed point in time, because this has inspired people to create stuff. This has inspired companies to really rethink their practices. This is what you would call a fixed point. And it has created a massive chain of events that has come forth from it. As horrifying and as sad as it is that all those people lost their lives, what has come from this is that companies have rethought their policies on accepting submissions from fans and from other people. A lot of companies are now stopping that because they don't want to have this similar incident happen. You have companies that publishers and distributors, they won't even accept unsolicited ideas. You have so many, there's fire safety protocols that are being implemented. And it's not only just for here, because there was a couple places over here in the States, after hearing about this, that immediately started adding in extra fire extinguishers, because and this wasn't even just anime companies, anime production companies and stuff like that. This is just regular general office buildings, because when this hit more than just the anime community. This hit a lot of other people. Some of them were just thinking, oh, okay, it's nothing I got to worry about. But then others took it from a more safety standpoint and started implementing a little more safety precautions. Like, there's more fire extinguishers readily available. There's more fire alarms that can quickly be pulled to get help faster. There's a lot of things had massive improvements because of this. And it is horrifying to think that all those people lost their lives that day, and it's still sad to this day to think about it. But in a way, their deaths have changed a lot for a lot of people. Not just their friends and family, not just their colleagues that will miss them, not just the people that are around where the studio was, that will no longer see them or just have the memories of them, but for people that never met them before, their lives were changed because of this, because there's extra safety precautions for a lot of places now, especially in Japan, because they did a massive overhaul. I remember reading that there was like a massive overhaul in safety procedures because this shook them. This hurt. And it was this one point, but it hurt. And I remember reading some companies over in the U.S. were doing that. A couple other countries were following suit too, because it was just basically from the standpoint of fire safety for those companies. But for other people, it was, we're going to limit ideas that we get from people. We're not going to accept unsolicited ideas. We don't need people coming in here thinking that we stole their stuff, being unhinged, and then going off and doing something like this. We don't need that. And I understand that completely, because it was a tragedy. And this is one that the anime community and really a lot of people will never forget. This was heartbreaking. Just to see the video footage of it was heartbreaking. To read the stories and the news articles was heartbreaking. And it's something that will always stick. No matter how much we don't want it to, it's always going to be with us. It's a constant reminder of what happened. But hopefully with this product, stuff like this, tragedies like this won't happen again. I'm really hoping that it does. That this works exactly as it's intended to, that this will help prevent these tragedies in the future. I really am, because this was heartbreaking, both to read, to, watch, and this was heartbreaking. It really was. This is truly heartbreaking. So, yeah. I'm really excited about this product. I think that it's a nice thing. I hope that some places over here in the States consider buying this from them, because I can guarantee you, especially like gas stations, convenience stores, office buildings, I hope that a lot of places consider picking a lot of these up, and because this could be monumental. It really could. So yeah. I really hope that this helps a lot. Alright, so, well, a lot of people have pretty much just given up that there's a pandemic yet. Which, by the way, there still is. Okay, it didn't go away overnight. It didn't disappear just like that. And as much as I hate to say it, because I know people are going to get pissed off, no amount of a vaccine is going to cure it. It's not a cure, it's a vaccine. It's not a cure. But life is beginning to return to normalcy. Well, what you would call normal for now, anyway. But over the last year and a bit of this year, anime conventions have gone online to abide by lockdown rules, social distancing rules, and a lot of those conventions did see a bit of a boost, but they're claiming it's not enough to keep them afloat, which I don't see how. If you're still charging them for a ticket and you're giving them a virtual convention instead of a physical one, you're still getting money, except for the fact that you just don't have the booth set up, but you can still charge them to have their stuff shown. It's, well, whatever. But anyway, while some are already opening back up, others are playing it safe still, which is, like I said, it's still going on. It's not done. It's not over. This is what you would call a monumental hurricane. We hit what would commonly be confirmed as the eye of the storm, the small lull. But at this point, we've just accepted it's over, and we're coming out of our shelters like it's done. And you look off into the distance, there's the other half looking at you like, I'll be with you in a moment. Yeah, so whatever. But I'm not here to debate that. I'm not here to get into that. But we do know that Anime Expo at least will be live and in person next year, which a lot of conventions are hoping for a 2022 thing. I know that Comiket, the convention over in Japan that does like a lot of doujinshi stuff, they are hoping to have it physically in December. They got screwed massively with that, and in all honesty, I can understand it. But now you also have the fear of, oh, well, the Olympics and everything that's going on, spreading, stuff like that. You can't judge everything until it happens. We don't know what branch the future is going to take. Okay, we don't know which way it's going to go, what pathway it's going to take or anything else yet. But that's just to be said. But either way, here's some of the things you can look forward to as conventions begin pulling themselves out of the rubble. And in all honesty, before I get into this list, I just want to say the following. Look, I get that a lot of people want to go back to conventions. You want to interact with people. I get it. Here's the thing. You can do a lot of this from home. Sure, you can't do, like, cosplay, but in all honesty, you could just fix yourself up in your costume. You can take pictures. I'm going to say this one last time, too, because I still swear by this. You should just make conventions online only. There should literally be a website that will host your convention. Allow you to create a 3D rendered model of yourself. You take pictures from multiple angles. You just have like a friend come over and just use their smartphone. Take a picture of you in your cosplay, in your costume. And you can use that as your avatar. You can walk around, you can interact with people, and you can still have the same enjoyment from the comfort of your home. No need to be pickpocketed, no need to get swindled, no having to wait long lines for the bathroom. It's a simple premise. Understandably, completely thrown out the window. But still, I just want to say it again. This is something that could honestly be taken to the next level. With technology advancing as rapidly as it has, social media especially, this is something that a social media site, if they could create something similar to like what Oz is in Summer Wars, they would pretty much take out every social media platform on the planet. Hell, I should even just consider this. I should just consider creating my own social media platform and make it something akin to what Oz is. Allow for like 3D virtual avatars, figure out a way to get it up and running. And I would probably kick Twitter's ass, Facebook's ass, Instagram, TikTok, all their butts would be down. And I'd basically be sitting on a throne going, bow to me, peons. That should be something that I should do. But that's, if any company out there is listening, there's an idea. You can't have it for free, though. I want some kickbacks. I did think of it, but there's an idea. Go with that. Create a site to allow people to host conventions and, make it so that they can upload a, like a 3D picture of themselves. Like you just take, you have panoramic view, for God's sake, on a lot of phones now. Take a panoramic view. Just go literally around them. Boom. You have a 3D rendered model of said person. Now that's their avatar. If you want to use different costumes throughout different, points of the day, here you go. Look at how the freaking AAA games are going. Just get a couple game studios to help, do the rendering of a basic model. They, you provide the pictures, and they just put the pictures over it like a skin. Problem solved. How difficult is this to come up with? It's not that difficult. But anyway, I digress. I'm getting off topic. But here's some things you can look forward to when conventions return and all shit hits the fans again. In-person cosplay. Oh, yes. When you can cosplay as your favorite character with 17 other people doing the exact same one, all having an argument. That is not the costume that character had. No. That is the wrong costume. This is the correct costume. What are you both smoking? This is the correct costume. No, yours is from the updated reboot. Nobody liked that, so that doesn't count. Yeah, you're going to have stuff like that happening again. Way to go. But cosplay is a major part of con going, and online anime conventions have been doing a great job of keeping that tradition going. Digital cosplay contests let us show off our creations, even when we can't leave home. But there's nothing quite like walking down the halls and bumping into your favorite character. Again, 3D conventions. Seriously! I give up. I give up. Some of us have even made lifelong friends at photo shoots. I've been to a fire expo I got invited to once. I have been to a train expo, and I was at a train expo / computer expo. I don't... Sorry about that. I don't remember people making friends there. I remember people having arguments. I remember some other arguments, and yeah, I remember a lot of arguments. Anyway. So, yeah. Plus, we missed the masquerades, whether cosplayers are simply walking the catwalk or doing a full real-life skit. Cosplay contests are a fun evening out. Sitting in on a masquerade again will be amazing. You could have them do a skit. They could generate it together. They can make it look legit with photo and video editing. And you could have a contest with the videos. Again, not that difficult to understand. Seriously, I should just create an online social media platform, make it something similar to like what the Oasis and yeah, there you go, like something like what the Oasis is, the Oasis mixed with Oz. There you go. That's what the social media should be. That's what I was thinking of. I mean, you have the freaking, the virtual 3D goggles. There you go, Ocular Rift and stuff like that. But another thing you'd be looking forward to is panels on niche topics, which, again, could still be done. I mean, look, I was watching some Penn and Teller Fool Us clips and some of the newer ones where they still have the digital audience, and you can have a panel like that! Have four to some big screens. I don't know how many people you want to have at a panel. But just have like a massive, I want to say like maybe a 32 to 46 inch TV for each one. Or a screen for each one. And have them sitting at a goddamn table. It's the same thing! God. So as anime conventions have grown in size and popularity, so have their events. Now you can attend panels held by major voice actors or press conferences from your favorite studios. But for our money, the best events are the fan-run ones. Small lectures or roundtables about the most niche of topics. Andrew, do you ever plan to go to a convention? No, not really. I know somebody's going to ask that though for the Q&A probably, but I'm not going to lie. If I could go to like a nice anime convention, not run the risk of getting mugged or having my identity swiped or my wallet lifted, probably. But do I plan to go to one anytime soon? No. Not this lifetime. I mean, but yeah, this is something you could do digitally too. I mean, it's called Discord! I think that's what Discord basically is if I've been watching the Danny DeVito commercials for it, right? That's basically what Discord is! Just use Discord! Problem solved! Thank you! Moving on. Studying one specific anime character's personality, reviewing the best 90s anime openings, discussing the entire history of giant robot anime. All can be done on Discord, on Facebook groups, on Zoom. There's an entire shit ton of stuff. Everything they're listing on here, by the way, I can pretty much, and I'm going to pretty much, prove can still be done. They're just lazy as shit about it. Yeah. But all this and more is waiting courtesy of fellow fans. And we're looking forward to being right there in the room again when their enthusiasm shows through. And maybe doing some panels of our own. Yeah, okay, kiss off. What are panels, basically, but nothing more than nerd matches? It's basically Nerd Off, in my opinion. That's what I'd like to host. Welcome to Nerd Off with Andrew. 2 nerds enter, 1 nerd leaves. It's Nerd Off. Let's get it on. Yeah, there you go. It's going to be the new hit show. Nerd Off. And finally, the third thing, which honestly... this one's easy. This is a fucking freebie as far as I'm concerned. Socializing just outside the convention. Okay, here we go. Does it make sense to say one of the best things about anime conventions is stepping away from them? Not because we don't like the cons themselves, but because they're a rare opportunity to socialize with far-off friends. Twitter! Facebook, email, Discord. I'm sorry, I have allergies really bad today. Even in our digital age, cons still serve as meeting places for friends separated by long distances. Email, Facebook, Twitter, Discord. Man, sorry, man, damn allergies are just starting to kill me today, I'm telling you. And with most malls and restaurants in the area, it's easy to slip out between events and grab a completely normal lunch and afternoon with our long-distance buddies. Discord, Twitch, Facebook, email, Twitter. I'm sorry, man, my allergies are just killing me today, I'm telling you. There, that should help. I hope. Plus, there's the added joy of going out to a mundane lunch in full cosplay. Not to get stared at, but because you find a lot of people out and about who think what you're doing is super cool, even if they don't know the character. Yeah, okay. I'm not touching that. I'm staying out of that one. Anime Expo will be back on Independence Day weekend in 2022. Are you out of your minds? What the hell? Yeah, okay, so what was it, Comic-Con? Oh, yeah, it was Comic-Con. And they were going to do their convention the week of November. Like the Thanksgiving, around Thanksgiving. And I'm like, how high are you right now? Yeah. But no, socializing just outside the convention. Okay, well, while you can't hang out in your full cosplay, again, I think my allergies spoke for themselves. Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, Twitch, email, YouTube, Discord. I'm sorry, man. I have allergies so bad today. Whew. Wow. I mean, it's not that difficult to get like a social media account and meet up with your buddies and just like swap email addresses, for God's sake. What did you people do before the internet? Seriously. Send a letter to your friend via snail mail and go, hey, I'm going to insert convention here. And I'm looking forward to hopefully seeing you if you're coming. Bing! Bing! Like 6 weeks later, you get a letter. I won't be able to make it this time due to work. Whereas nowadays, it's can't wait to see you at the convention. Click. Bing! Bing! Sweet! I can't wait to see you there either. I'm going to be there Saturday. When are you going? Friday and Saturday. Bing! Bing! See you there. You know how easy that is now? It is super easy. And you socializing just outside the convention. You do realize that stuff, every single thing on here I was able to bust apart. That's the sad thing. In-person cosplay. You can do it virtually. It's literally just get a I swear to God. I swear to God, they can easily make a website. A massive website. Like a freaking server like what a social media platform has. Have it be almost like a game almost. Have it be like the virtual avatar. You can get like a video game company to provide you with basic, frames that can match all different people, like from small, tall, wide, big, you name it. You can do like the customized characterization. You think like The Sims, for God's sake. Like The Sims. Upload your image. It automatically maps it like a skin. Bing! Into the convention you go. You can talk with friends there, interact with people there, do everything there that you're saying you want to do again from there. Bingo. Panels. Discord. There's freaking Discord. There is freaking Twitch. There is a huge thing you can do called Zoom. Did you ever hear of Zoom? Skype, anything. Yeah, okay. There's forums. And it's just socializing. Yeah, I rattled those off without my sneezing. So, yeah. Look forward to what conventions have to offer. I think I'll pass. But every single thing on there, I basically busted to pieces. So, what exactly are you looking forward to at conventions again? Because I busted every single thing like that to pieces. Try again. So here we go. The Activision Blizzard saga continues. Now, if you remember my topic last week, I talked about how they hired the union-busting law firm. Yeah, employees weren't happy about that. They're pissed. Well, their latest investor call was, let me put it this way. I think it's safe to say they could have basically avoided this and saved themselves some bad PR. So every few months, though, big game companies hold investor calls, in which one set of rich people assures another set of the rich bastards that you're still rich, and you will be for the upcoming months. You're likely even going to get richer. Sometimes one of the rich people hints at a new game that's in development, which then gets delayed and put into development hell, but we're not going to talk about that. Other times they announce an upcoming game will be delayed, and more likely that. Let's go with that one. But more often than not, they are soul-crushing rivals, where there's not a care in the world for anything that can't be reduced to a number. Even by these standards, though, through the latest Activision Blizzard investor call was particularly grim. Now, for those of you that don't remember what happened last week in my topic that I talked about, let me give you a little refresher course. They're being sued. Massively sued. They're being sued. Yeah. They're being sued by a big California lawsuit, basically alleging the widespread sexual harassment and discrimination going back years at the company. I think it was the president at the time, or somebody high up, came out and is like, we're sorry, and just did not help that. They just, instead of peeing on the fire, they put gasoline on the fire. It did not help. But since the news of the lawsuit broke, many current and former Activision Blizzard employees have shared their own experiences of being mistreated at the company and held back by its male-dominated culture, which, I will say this 1,000 times too, women can play and develop games too. The sad thing is, I have yet to meet a woman that is not able to do everything that a man can do, if not better. So, yeah. So that proves you I'm not sexist. No, hell no. I have yet to meet a woman that has not been able to do anything that a man can't do. I mean, if you set them with the same task, I have yet to meet one. They can do everything that a man can do, if not better. So, yeah. But anyway, so with the many current and former employees sharing their experiences, I think I saw something earlier this week that the one president got axed, which is that's not a very good sign. Yeah. But this is not good. But the company's initial response was to circle the wagons, calling the lawsuit inaccurate and the irresponsible work and unaccountable state of bureaucrats. Oh yeah, let's circle the wagons. Oh yeah, that'll work out well for you. Since it's taken a more contrite approach, but not before employees formed a workers group called the ABK Workers Alliance. I guess you could call that the start of a union. To demand things like an end to mandatory arbitration, greater pay transparency, and more diverse hiring. A week later, a group says management still hasn't even acknowledged these demands. And they're basically looking at that going, this is your manifesto, huh? Yeah, you need some toilet paper? Here you go. That's basically what they probably considered that as. But all the while, stories continue pouring out about the pain of what some current and former employees went through while working at the company. And as I said last week, if they manage to survive this, it will be a miracle. This is going to end the company. This is going to end their ass. If they survive this, that's a miracle. But yeah. So that was the context in which the CEO, Bobby Kotick, and his lieutenants went into the company's most recent earnings call on Tuesday. During the call, there was a nauseating two-step of, we care, we're listening. Why does it sound like the BP oil spill thing from South Park? We're sorry. We're sorry. We're sorry. Yeah, that's basically what it sounds like. That's never a good sign. This is nauseating. The Call of Duty money machine go brrr. At the same time, Call of Duty Play Machine go brr. So we're already seeing Call of Duty Hype Machine ratchet back up to tease the announcement of the series' fall 2021 release. Kotick and others repeatedly acknowledge how serious the allegations are, how behaviors like that have no place at Activision Blizzard, and how maintaining a safe and inclusive workspace is their top priority. Whose ass are you kissing? I'm sorry, I hear statements like that, I instantly think, whose ass are you kissing? That is a company line that you were fed to give out to people that you're kissing somebody's ass. Whose ass are you kissing? Wow. Oh, yeah, no, that's bullshit. Despite, again, the company meeting zero of the biggest worker demands. Also, Diablo Immortals is delayed, he says. But don't worry, the rest of the games are coming along great. Oh, yeah, sure. You have your employees that are working under your tight scrutinous thumb, because if they talk or if they join this potential union, you're going to screw them. Oh, yeah, no. Yeah, the games are going along just fine. Yeah. Uh-huh. How many batch files were deleted? Yeah, that's what I thought. That's what I thought. Overwatch 2 just passed an important internal milestone. But it got past R&D. We made a lot of headlines about the lawsuit and employee concerns, said Morgan Stanley's Matthew Cost as he opened up the meeting's Q&A session. Can you talk more about what you've been doing and will do to address those issues? And then, just secondly, can you expand on any expected impact to productivity as you work through the situation? And do you expect any impact on the pipeline? I love this response, by the way. Thank you for the powerful question, responded Chief Operating Officer Daniel Alegre, I think, or Alegre, I guess, who noted that our employees are truly our greatest asset. Well, no shit, Sherlock! Without the employees, you don't have the games! The computer can't design it. The computer needs to have somebody help it design it. It can't do it on its own. And pointed out that the company recently hired a law firm accused of union busting, Wilmer Hale, which is what I talked about last week, to lead an outside investigation. He maintained that the company remains committed to diverse hiring and equal pay for men and women. Also, the pipeline is progressing well, with a strong lineup planned for the second half of the year, and several new titles across PC, consoles, and mobile from Blizzard, alongside more great experiences from Call of Duty, Candy Crush, and Warcraft coming in 2022. Yeah, right! You're screwing yourselves over. First off, though, there's nothing more important to me than our people, and I know Mike Ybarra, who is participating or is partnering with me to lead Blizzard, feels the exact same. Jen O'Neill, the new co-head of Blizzard following President J. Allen Barrack's sudden departure. Yeah, sudden departure, my ass. I think he was thrown out. Sudden departure. That's like that mysteriously, it's like that story up there, what was it, New Hampshire, about the hermit that lived on the river. They call him River Dave. And his cabin mysteriously burned down while he's in jail. It mysteriously burned down. Yeah, sudden departure. My ass. But yeah, these were her first public remarks since taking the role. Since I joined the studio at the beginning of the year, I've had the privilege of working closer with Diablo and Overwatch teams. I'm seeing great progress on Overwatch 2 and multiple games in the Diablo universe. That's how the entire meeting went. Activision Blizzard investors and leadership poised to expose the explosive lawsuit as something like, oh, people said some things and they're not good, but we're actually doing everything we can to make the company the best place to work ever. And also, don't worry, none of it will hurt our bottom line. Everything will hurt your bottom line. When it comes to pissing off your employees, you don't have the luxury of saying it won't affect our bottom line. Without employees, you have no games. Without no games, you make no money. Without no money, your bottom line goes away. It's like having a shoreline without sand. It doesn't work that way. But yeah, so you can read the rest of it here. I'm not going to go through the whole thing, but oh yeah, this is just yeah. But Assassin's Creed publisher Ubisoft, though, faced a similar reckoning over harassment and misconduct last summer, one which persists despite attempts by leadership to brush it aside. An investor asked CEO, what's it, Guillermo? No, I guess so. Whether he was just oblivious or knew and did nothing. He rejected both options, and while no single question by an investor or anyone else has the capacity to fix the systematic issues plaguing the game industry, the exchange provided a brief moment of catharsis in an otherwise hellish onslaught of scenery. I guess it's what? Secrecy and denials. Yeah, okay. Nobody was as similarly blunt with Kotick. Yeah, you guys can spin this all you want. The problem is that it's a PR nightmare and you're getting screwed big time. But yeah, still, you brought this on yourselves, so that's all I can say. You brought it on yourselves. Now this is basically like the equivalent of person A gets drunk, person B goes and drives car into building, destroys car, and crumbles corner of building. Person gets put on trial. Person says, I didn't do it, the car did it. I wasn't drunk, the car was drunk. Person goes to jail. It's that simple, folks. They brought it upon themselves. Oh, God. Stuff will come back to bite you in the ass. Karma is a bitch. It comes back to bite you hard in the ass. But yeah, so there is that. But still, yeah, reading that article, I started laughing my ass off. That was too good. Good old Nintendo. When you're not busy coming out with a new version of your Switch, or, not giving Golden Sun a game for its 20th anniversary, you cheap bastard. I'm sorry. Having a bit of my allergies there. Yeah. Either way, Nintendo has forced a Japanese developer to cough up $30 million because of a lawsuit. Oh boy. So after Nintendo agreed to the amount of $92 million, Coloply decided to settle. Yeah, it's gonna be fun. So in December of 2017, Nintendo, flexing their lawsuit muscle, pretty much showing the world we're not a company to be f***ed with, decided to sue Japanese game developer Coloply. And I know I'm probably mispronouncing it. It's Colopl. So please don't come at me if I mispronounce that. Over patent infringements in the free-to-play mobile game, and this one I know I'm going to mess up. Shiro Nico Project. According to an official statement, Coloply has agreed to pay Nintendo 3.3 billion yen, or about $30 million. Coloply is a major smart device developer making titles like Tsum Tsum Land for Disney. Oh, we know where the money's coming from then. Never mind, we know where the money's coming from. Don Mickey's paying the bill on this one, probably. Released internationally as a Coloply Rune Story, Shiro Nico Project is an action role-playing game with touchscreen controls. In its lawsuit, Nintendo claimed... I'm just going to say the game at this point. The game violated 5 of its patents, including a touch control system, including using a joystick with a touch screen. Okay, so then Nintendo, you could go after Bandai Namco because Sword Art Online Integral Factor uses that. There was a robot game that was released on smart devices that did a similar thing. There's a lot of stuff out there because, there's a lot out there that do the same thing. It has a touch screen with a joystick on it. So, there's a lot. In fact, why don't you go after Google because they did that for that game if you want to play it on Smart devices. There's a little touchscreen joystick. So I could be going after Google next. Yeah, that'd be massive. The two powerhouses going after one another. Yeah. So the violation appears to be in reference to a patent introduced with the Nintendo DS wrist strap. This would be fun. Which doubled as a joystick-like control for the handheld. The game introduced what it called a Punicon mechanic, having players drag their finger across the screen and tapping to unleash attacks. Okay. Nintendo's claim covers placing arbitrary coordinates on the screen and then dragging it like a joystick motion. This led to colloquially changing the input controls in February 2020, which probably pissed off a lot of people. Around the time the suit was originally launched, a patent attorney on Yahoo News Japan indicated that the claim was rather complex and that Nintendo's original patent control scheme was wide-reaching. Like I said, there are a ton of games out there that have a similar concept in the mobile market. This is something that Nintendo could easily say is theirs, but at the same time could possibly fall into general use because it's a smart device with a touch screen. Unless you want them to basically tap it and use an additional peripheral, it's gonna be the same concept. Only in this case, the wrist strap was a little thumbstick that you stuck on and you dragged on the screen. That was Nintendo's thing. But yeah. I think it's possible to call it what it's known as, a killer patent, the attorney wrote. Earlier this year, though, analyst Sir Ken Toto pointed out, Nintendo asked for more in damages, increasing the amount to the equivalent of $47 million, up from the original $42 million. The argument was that Copley continued to violate Nintendo's patent since the lawsuit was first filed. By April, the amount had apparently increased to over $92 million. Subsequently, Copley writes in a release announcing the settlement, the company determined that it would be best to resolve the matter as soon as possible through a settlement, and has now reached an agreement on the settlement. The terms of the agreement are that the company will pay Nintendo a total of 3.3 billion yen as a settlement for the lawsuit. Copley continued, including future licensing, and that Nintendo will withdraw the lawsuit. Yeah, let's see Nintendo do that. Because of the settlement, Copley will record extraordinary losses in the third quarter ending on September 21st. The settlement of this lawsuit will have no impact on the company's consolidated business results for the fourth quarter of the fiscal year ending September 30th and beyond. And with that, the Nintendo Copley legal saga comes to an end. For now. Yeah, I guarantee you that Nintendo's going to look at this and go, they're going to like come after them again for something else. Just watch. And in all honesty, they're talking like, I got to look this up. The wrist strap for the DS. Hold on. Ninten, Nintendo DS. If it's what I think it is. Your kid, it is what I think. It's the little, that was a little tiny thing you stick on your goddamn thumb. That was so that you could hold the DS, have it wrapped around your hand or wrapped around your thumb so it wouldn't fall off. You gotta be kidding me. That's what you sued over? That stupid little thing? Are you high? That doesn't qualify as a joystick. Not in any way, shape, or form. What was I supposed to stick down on top of the D-pad and use it and rock it back and forth and just fuck my thumb up more? That's still the same concept. You're still using the D-pad. It doesn't make it a joystick. The thing was designed to use the touch screen to interact. Most of the movement in those games would be the D-pad. And Copley got screwed. funny. It's a little stupid thing you stick it around your abdomen. Kiss off! Oh my god, that's what your argument was? Are you high? Are you on crack? That's it? Seriously? Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Globally got screwed. I mean, like I said, if Nintendo wants to go after other people for similar things, there's hundreds of app developers that have a similar thing. I mean, look at Sword Art Online Integral Factor. They literally have that. There's a joystick down the bottom. You touch that, you move your character around. Was Nintendo going to go after them for that? I mean, I got to use my thumb. There's a game called, I think it's Genshin Impact. I think it uses the same thing. There's hundreds of games out there on the fucking Play Store that do the same thing. Wait, hold on. I know that there was one. Hold on. What was that? I have it on my I don't want you. I know I have it in my wish list because I made the comment there was no way in hell. There's no way in hell I was down. It's like 1 gig in size. Where's my wish list? Is it still there? Oh yeah, I gotta see if I can download that one thing. Let's see here. Kiss off. Here we go. This is it. Yep, there it is. Implosion. Never lose hope. Yeah. Oh, yeah, I remember this. This had a similar concept to that, too. But like I said, you got Sword Art Online Integral Factor. There's a game on there that I'm playing now. It's called, oh, God, what the hell was it? Oh, shit, I can't think of it. Swords of Chaos. I think some of the Digimon games had a similar feel to it that weren't turn-based. There's a couple robot fighting games on there that have similar concepts. There's similar concepts all over the place for this. And you're going after them because why? Because why? Why? I mean, there's RPGs that use a similar concept, and you're going after them. Why? Are you high? Are you insane? You screwed them to the wall, Nintendo. What the hell? Yeah. Yeah, that would be something that would definitely... Yeah, that's wide-reaching, yeah. Because you're saying it's because of this little thumb peripheral thing. So, in your statement, you need to have the peripheral. With them, you just use your thumb, no peripheral. It'd be like you going after anybody that uses a stylus that they can stick onto their finger. Nintendo! You know what? Enjoy your victory. You con people out of money. Enjoy it. I think a first-year law school student could have won this case. God damn. Yeah, that's pathetic. That's sad and pathetic. Okay, so let's dive down a little bit of memory lane here for me for a moment. So, when I was in 7th grade and we were going to health class the one time, my one classmate was like, I'm like, oh yeah, so today we're learning about, said it's special topic. And he just kind of looks at me and goes, Rhodesy, we're learning about sex! It was sex ed. I'm not even lying. It was sex ed. That was literally what the class was called. It wasn't health class. I didn't have that till 10th grade. I didn't have that till 10th grade. In 7th grade, it was called sex ed. That's exactly what it was called. And to be fair, it wasn't fun. Let's just put that out there. It wasn't fun. I think I barely passed that class. And you could argue why, and I could easily just come at you and say, because the material was creepy, I felt uncomfortable learning about it, and in all honesty, I didn't care. Mostly I didn't care. But as an artist, there's certain things of the human anatomy that you kind of just have issues drawing. For me, for the longest time, it was the two orbs of fat that adorn the female figure. Just call them for what they are, boobs. Now, I just want to say this. I don't want to come off as sexist or anything, but as a guy, yes, I will look at them. I know it's like an eclipse. I'm not supposed to look. Okay? But, it does happen. I'm human. Please forgive me. When it comes to drawing them, especially for me, it's always takes me back to school, because if you drew something that the teachers deemed inappropriate, you got sent not only to the principal, but you got sent to the guidance counselor. I didn't like dealing with my guidance counselor in high school. Okay? I really did not like dealing with my guidance counselor. She tried being therapist. That didn't work. But, yeah. Well, anyway, if you're having trouble drawing boobs, if, it's something that you're not getting right, or you feel like you're doing it creepily and, you're just shy about it, which, that does happen. People, can be shy. Fairy Tales hero Mishima has some advice. So boobs, real or animated, are a big, huge statement in the world, and the world looks at them. Yeah, the world likes looking at them, and the world does look at them because, it goes back. I remember reading an article years ago. This would be years ago when I had to take, I think it was when I was going to BTI. I think it was when I was going to tech school, so yeah. Yeah, so when I was going to tech school, because we had to take a sociology class, and that was one of the courses that we were required to take with sociology. And there was one of the lessons we had to do the one time was how the world perceives each other. And we were, discussing that. I guess you could consider that therapy or psychology 101, I guess. And they came up, at least the textbook that we had, I think I still have it at home yet. I probably do. I didn't sell any of those yet. Had down about how, and I seriously, I seriously can't even joke about this, because this is actually how it said it. I will never forget it. That boobs are a primal instinct towards one group to seek out. So, yeah, I think it definitely was like a psychology course. I didn't like it either way, so. But anyway, like any other body part, though, they can be hard to draw well. They can be hard to draw, period, to be honest with you. Enter hero Mishima, the creator of Fairy Tail and Eden Zero, and known illustrator of said chest-level body parts. Yeah, if this is uncomfortable for a lot of people, trust me, it's just as uncomfortable for me to talk about it as it is for you to hear it. So let's just get through this together. It's like ripping off a Band-Aid, okay? So as part of Opai no Hai, or Boob Day in Japan, which there's a holiday for that? Yeah. Okay, there's a holiday for that. All right. Mishima posted some tips for drawing better breasts on his Twitter feed. For you aspiring boobstrators, or boobistrators out there. Oh, God. Here's our translation of his notes from top to bottom, left to right. So it appears to be boob day. So here's one point of drawing advice for beginners. When you draw from an angle, look out for how the clothing appears. If you add an angle, it looks like this, wide, narrow. NG, no good. The area covered by the swimming suit has increased. A lot of people draw it like this, right? Sometimes I make the same mistake. And there's actually a picture here from the tweet, and yeah, it does make sense. It's basically like what you would see in a drawing book. It's literally what you would see in a drawing book. So, it's just a quick hand sketch. So, but don't have to wear it out or anything. So there you have it, though. You can now take the piece of advice. I mean, here's the thing. If you ever pick up an actual drawing book, that is literally one of the parts in there is how to draw certain anatomy. It really is. Especially if you draw female characters. So, don't take this as creepy. They're actually trying to help. This is a very touchy subject because, I mean, like I said, when I was in school, if you drew something that the teacher found inappropriate, your ass was sent to the principal, and then you'd have to talk to the guidance counselor. Yeah, I remember elementary school. I had to keep my head down so much in elementary school. Middle school was even worse, but then high school, oh god, I didn't even bother trying. I started getting into cryptography in high school in my own time, like, you know, learning codes and stuff like that. And oh my god, freaking classmates thought I was, you know, some type of an evil genius or something. They're like, he's writing something in a different language. I can't read what it is. It's creepy. He's just writing little symbols up there. I don't know what it is. I'm going to tell a teacher about it when we're done. I'm going to go to the principal. It's like, oh, for the love of fucking Christ. It's called cryptography. I'm trying to understand codes. Sue me! Remember, you can't do certain things in certain schools because it'll freak out certain people. But yes, but if you're like me and you have a hard time drawing certain female anatomy parts, namely the ones above the waistline, yes, this advice could actually help. And in all honesty, I can understand it because there are a lot of people that do try drawing that. Because like I said, I think when I did my drawing video, I had read that if you're having a hard time drawing, like if you're, you know, really struggling when you first start out, try drawing something that you're not comfortable drawing. Because by the time you work yourself up to getting that down where you're comfortable drawing that, you'll be good enough to draw what you're already comfortable drawing. So like, let's say if you're not comfortable drawing female characters, start practicing drawing them. By the time you feel comfortable enough drawing one of them in a basic form, you'll be able to draw a male one like it's nothing. You just change up a couple proportions and you're done. It's the fact that you had to gain the confidence to do the one to kind of gain the extra skills to do the other. And I understood it. I really did. I gathered that one. But yeah, this is definitely good advice. I think it is anyway, but it's nice to know there's another holiday in Japan that I didn't know about. Opai no Hai, Boob Day. Gonna have to remember that one. When did this go out? August 3rd. Oh, okay, so August 3rd is Boob Day. I shall have to remember that. Wait, when did he post a tweet? Oh, it doesn't say. August. Okay, so I guess it's August 1st. Okay, so August 1st is Boob Day. I will have to remember that. I will have to remember that for future reference. But yes, I know people are gonna think I'm weird and creepy, but you know what? So do my coworkers. So nothing new there. All right, so World Trigger's getting a third season, so I really got to catch up on season 2. I did not even get to finish season 2. And it bothers me because when we ended up not having internet for a week, I forgot. I ended up losing track of it. So it kind of bummed me out. And I was like, crap, I forgot about it. And I kept making a mental note, watch World Trigger, watch World Trigger. And I forgot, and I forgot, and I forgot. And I ended up getting busy with other stuff at the time. So then I just completely spaced on it. And I'm like, damn it. Now I got to catch up on Season 2 to watch Season 3. So the anime adaptation of Daisuke Ashihara's manga continues when World Trigger Season 3 premieres this October. First off, thank you. Because Season 1 ended on a cliffhanger and Season 2 was doing really good. I mean, there were some things I could nitpick about here and there, but overall I was fine with it. I was mostly happy it was continuing, so I really couldn't care less. Yeah, this will be good, though. But anyway, a new visual is here to tease the action to come. The latest shows Yuma Kuga, basically our main protagonist, or one of our main protagonists, fighting alongside Hyusei, setting the stage for an exciting team-up between the two characters who were previously enemies. For those of you that don't remember, Hyusei was the one that Came from, I cannot pronounce the goddamn place. It was like Aftercore or something, or I think it was like Aftercore. He came from them. He was left here because they figured, oh well, we'll get rid of him, then we can take care of Plan B, since we couldn't acquire the golden baby bird that we wanted to have from this world, which would be Chica. So yeah, that wasn't good. But oh yeah, there's also a special program on the way for World Trigger's third season, with a live stream set for Toei Animation's YouTube channel on August 15th, starting at 1:30 a.m. Pacific Time. The main voice cast members, including Yuma's, Osamu's, Chica, and Hyusei's, will be on. I'm not going to say their names because I know I'm going to butcher it. Will be on hand along with the composer for the occasion. An important announcement is planned along with the latest info for World Trigger's third season. Oh, tell me this thing's getting a mobile game. Oh God, that'd be like a major announcement. It's getting a mobile game too. Sweet. I'd be down for that. Oh my God, that'd be pretty cool. Yeah. Series director, Morio, Hatano, commented on the news. We've been working day and night with the staff to extract the deep appeal of World Trigger, such as the group battles involving elaborate stages, the young people who grew up in these battles, and their respective thoughts to the fullest extent. We hope to create a work that will exceed the expectations of World Trigger fans and make them want to watch it over and over again. So we appreciate your continued support. The World Trigger manga first kicked off in pages of Weekly Shonen Jump back in 2013, where it ran until November of 2018, when it moved to Jump Square and also faced a few delays and hiatus due to the creator's ill health. I just want to stress that out. Remember that. Viz Media publishes the manga in English and describes it as follows. Earth is under constant threat from neighbors, invincible monsters from another dimension that destroy our way of life. At least we have the elite warriors of Border who co-op alien technology to fight back. Our hero Osamu Mikumo, may not be the best agent, but he'll do whatever it takes to defend life on Earth as we know it. When Osamu meets the feisty humanoid neighbor named Yuma, everything that he thinks is right is turned on its head. Can the two natural enemies ever become friends? Yes, they do. Spoiler, they do. Oh, yeah, but... yeah. But yeah, I know it's on hiatus again, though, because of the creator's health. It got a stage play, which actually... that does sound pretty cool. But yeah, it's I know the manga is on hiatus again because of the creator's ill health. It usually is, but still, I'm ecstatic. It's getting another season. First off, yay! Second off, yay! Third off, yay! I love it when it gets another season because it's so cool. World Trigger is just one of the best. If you haven't seen it yet, for the love of God, watch it. The first season's the whole first season is up on Tubi. It's subbed, which, in all honesty, watch it subbed. This is one of those, you can watch it subbed, and I would watch it subbed. But, oh my God, watch it subbed. It's so worth it. Second season, I'd say fish around YouTube, because I know I'm going to have to watch it. I don't know if I'm going to have to fish around, see if somebody might have, like, some clips of the episodes up, so I can at least catch up. But, yeah. Oh my God. I mean, I remember when it started, the second season started, I'm like, they did not miss a beat. They still blue ball you. They still, they blue ball you in just the right way. They know what they're doing. So, yeah, I'm ecstatic. Third season, yay! At least it's not in development hell for years, like the second season was. I mean, second season, it's like, 70-some episodes was the first season. All of a sudden, we get second season, it's like, yay! But yes, I'm ecstatic, though. I am. Now it's getting the third season, so now I gotta catch up! But I'm more than willing to. Now, anybody out there knows when The Devil's a Part-Timer second season starts? Let me know, because I really gotta catch back up on that one, too. No, I seriously do. I gotta catch back up on The Devil's a Part-Timer. Let's just watch that again. Just binge watch The Devil's a Part-Timer again. Catch up on that for when the second season starts. Man, I love that show, too. Alrighty, folks, and that's going to do it then this week for the Absolutely Completely Random podcast. I know this was a long one, but there was a lot of stuff I wanted to talk about this week. It's been a lot of fun here, hanging out with everybody, and as always, don't forget, like, comment, subscribe, do all the fun YouTube stuff, and hey, I have something special that I'm planning for the 5th anniversary of the podcast. That's right, it's going to be turning 5 this year. I feel like a proud parent, in a way. Like my kid's going off to elementary school. It's going to kindergarten. Yay. But anyway, I have something planned for the 5th anniversary, but I need your help. Now, I put a video out about this last week asking for this, and I've gotten some, I want to say, not so wonderful replies, but still, I hold out. I am looking for your favorite topics from the podcast that I talked about on the podcast that you'd like me to put into a compilation video. I'm going to take the best 5 topics that are brought to my attention from viewers like you, thank you by the way, and add them to my own personal pick, and to make one special anniversary episode of the Absolutely Completely Random podcast, which will be put up on the podcast anniversary, which is actually September 3rd, which is probably a date that's going to kick me in the ass. And of course, it's a Friday, so I can put it up on a Thursday. Yay! All right, this could pan out perfectly. But I need to know what your picks are by the 20th. By the 20th of August, I need to know. I need to know by then so I can get the video fixed up. So I can get everything situated and organized. So I can go full balls to the walls, baby. I need to know. So, come on. Let me know what your favorite topics are from the podcast. Not rant videos. Podcast. So let me know what your favorite topics are from the podcast. And I will take the best 5 and put them onto a compilation video. You have until August 20th to tell me. Seriously. So, with that said and done, folks, thank you all for tuning in this week to the Absolutely Completely Random podcast. And until next time, I'm Andrew Rhodes. Stay safe, stay healthy, and I'll catch you next time. Bye!